Okay, let's go. Everybody, wakey. We got fights to watch. How's everybody doing on this fine, if I could speak, Friday? The last Friday before the season starts. Last weekend before there's hockey every weekend until almost 4th of July, right? Sometime in mid June. That's it. This is the last weekend where the Dolphins have it all to themselves to attempt to, how can we put this? Not look like ass before the Panthers take the damn area back over again. All right, let's see what we got here, Colin. No way update on Lundell yet. Yeah, that's the first thing I saw this morning. Now, I did it. We're gonna watch. We're gonna watch here in about 5-10 minutes. We're gonna watch the highlights that the Panthers put up because I don't care about the copyright. Um, it looked like he got cross-checked in the teeth, in the face. So did is that what I saw, and that's why he got taken out, or did he actually get hurt? Because it's getting a little annoying with the injuries now. Greer got fined already for the roughing on Hagel. Jeez, what a bunch of freaking pansies. Hey, David. Yeah, why they going after Forsling Becks? Exactly. What the hell is that all up about? Yeah, exactly, David. Hey, Simon. Hockey Dave said, I'm thinking the outdoor games in Florida should have been combined. Florida man fight night at Alligator Alcatraz. Oh boy, yeah, I like it. Bex, no, I did not get a chance to watch the game. I did not watch the game. I just saw the highlight. I don't like to watch preseason games. It's bad juju. Bad things happen when I watch the games. I don't know. Plus, I don't like fighting with the blackouts and everything. I tried to watch the first two games and I couldn't get it. So we'll be good to go for Tuesday, though. Lil J says, I usually don't wish injuries, but Hagel had intent to injure. We need to put our foot down. That was wild, man. Got a picture of 6 Lightning players in the box at once. Jeez. Yeah, we'll watch the highlights here in a little bit. Once enough people get in, well, that's the first thing I did this morning was, who expects that? But didn't somebody remind me, because, the brain is iffy these days. But am I remembering correctly that the Panthers and Lightning did something similar to this? Maybe not last year, but I seem to remember them in the preseason. I thought having a game that was not quite this bad, but I thought I remember them having a few fights a few years ago. Tarasov looked decent enough. Yeah, the one highlight I saw, like they're over there fighting, like nobody was even paying attention. They just left them out to dry. Saw the game towards the end. It was a bit annoying that the Lightning were starting the fights. They showed a lot of going after Forsling. Very, very strange. Beck says backup goalie looked decent enough. Power play needs work. Chemistry building is going to need to be a thing. Well, especially if Lundell's not in, right? Yeah, and Bournefoot looked great versus the Canes. I'd love to see him do well. Yeah, Lundell is hurt, but what is it? Like I thought he got hit in the face with a stick. We're going to watch the Panthers highlights, and at some point, I thought he got hit in the face with the stick. Real says people are already whining about us being dirty, and the season didn't even start yet. Also, Cunningham fits with Gadjo and Gray already. Yeah, I figured that. I know starting fights in the middle of the freaking in the preseason. It's like, what are you trying? There's no message to send. Like that's the first time our guys got out there on the ice and we had to deal with that crap. So hopefully Lundell's okay. Upper body can mean anything, right? That's kind of why I thought maybe he got hit in the face. So what do we got? How many people we got? We got 28. We get up to a few. Let's try to get this stream up to like 40, 50 people, and then we'll start the highlights. Sorry about being late today. I went to the grocery store, and like while I was at the grocery store, I just had a massive migraine come on, bad headache, nausea, the whole thing. So I came home, I passed out for about a half hour, took a couple ibuprofen. I'm okay now. I don't know if I was allergic to something at the store or whatever, but I was like fine. I was fine. And then just in the middle of walking around the store, just, oh my God, I thought I was going to throw up. It was weird. So that's why we were back to noon today anyway. Fosh says, Petrie looked good running power play too. Is that what we're going to be doing, eh? I guess they're going to try to give him the Schmidt role. Right? The Nate Schmidt role. The little J says, that's why I'm saying if they start that BS on Saturday, you take out one of their players. They probably won't, right? It's probably one and done, you would think. People are blaming us for all the fighting. That's why I hate all the people calling us dirty. Lightning played the same way for years, and now they want to whine. Well, we're the Kansas City Chiefs now, real. Remember how everybody was like, other than Chiefs fans, was like sick and tired of the Chiefs, and everybody celebrated when the Eagles beat the crap out of Kansas City? Guess what? Guess what we are? Tampa Bay picked up someone on waivers. I'll have to look at that. Dietrich, yeah, it's been a Donna's shift start. She's been starting work now at 5 a.m, so we get up at 4. So I'm having a little bit of trouble adjusting to the time change. But if I try to go back to sleep after she gets up, it's just going to mess with my rest even more. Petrie's a good puck mover. Colby says Tarasov has always had an issue allowing goals in the final 2 minutes of periods. That's not good. Yeah, Kachuk must have been dying not being able to be out there, right? You kind of looked vulnerable last night. Well, the highlights, I didn't. It's all the fighting. E2 had a crazy shorthanded goal. That's good. Clayton says, as fans of the dynasty, it's our job to be obnoxious so the other fans can be happier when they win. Simon, yeah, I'm trying to get it outside. I was going to do it today, but that headache came on. Thias is going to be here soon, too. Greg says the game was absolutely meaningless, basically, right? All right, so let me load this up. So we'll watch some hockey. So it says E2 was moving the puck yesterday in ways I haven't seen him do before, so maybe this year he'll get it all high in goals. I think he had 17 the President's Trophy season. He can score. All right, let me share this. Real. Hey, John. John, we sweet tea. How you doing, buddy? Says I wouldn't read into the score of the game at all, really. I watched a lot of that game, and the guys were skating half speed to the puck. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to play the highlights. The fights. The Panthers put the fights kind of together here in a little highlight thing, so I'm sure you guys already saw it, but we'll watch it again. because it's fun. All right. Okay, that's good. We're good. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Tough game to evaluate skill. Just who's going to take Lundell's spot? Might be me, Strafasi. I had a voicemail. I got a call from somebody. I don't know the number. They might be wanting me to play at this point. If actual Lundell was out, I think you would see Bennett, Reinhart. Maybe you'd move Reinhart or Luosterainen. I don't know. At 3C, I don't know. We can't even have that discussion. It's too much too soon. All right, so let's play some hockey here.
Try to get to that at the end of a shift. Tampa Bay.
What's happened to my? Oh, hold on a second. If I didn't have bad luck right now, I would have no luck at all. Jeez, what is going on? Now the laptop decided to give me a problem. Let's try this again. Try this again. Boy, I have been having like 3 or 4 days of just like everything that can go wrong goes wrong. All right, let's try this again.
Try to get to that at the end of a shift. Tampa Bay resets. Oh, and Greer is having some words with Hagel, and Greer's going after him. And then Greer is jumped from behind by Cirelli, and here we go again.
Very quick after this. Then Hagel said something.
All right, so this is
right there, and then that's when Greer went back at him.
Is that what he got fined for?
And then everybody jumped in.
I guess because Hagel wasn't looking to fight
Radish
at the beginning there.
Neil Tarasov absolutely putting on a show, and now Cunnin gets into it.
As we saw a few days.
Klosterinen and Finley over there battling off the draw. We get a penalty immediately.
Here we go.
They were having words. They were going at it. This one will be on the Lightning. Moser and now Marchand.
Marchand.
Right off
I don't think Marchand really wants to fight right now.
He already took one. There's the other cross check. So you got 2 for.
This one is on the Panthers.
Yeah, it's going to be Kulikov.
Petrie's having some words. Takes a cross check behind the play from Cirelli, and Cirelli's going to go. Now John Hebert's not putting up with it.
The original call.
Tarasov has a weak blocker side.
Takes the hit right there.
On with Cunnin and
we'll see how they do it, right? Remember, Stolar's rebound control was awful in the first start with us.
Radish takes down Greer. Greer's back up, and Greer's throwing him.
Oh yeah, this was my favorite one. It's just wild that the first time our guys get on the ice, this is what happens.
They're still tangled up. Radish has a fistful of jersey.
Oh, overhand right. Another one.
Jeez.
They had to separate Gadjevich from Carlisle.
Gadjevich and Greer. Here's how it all started. Puck goes around. Then there you see Greer getting jumped from behind.
And then going after Forsling. Leave Forsling alone.
And then you see the end of the fight here with Greer getting one in there, and then this one here, bang, and down.
Yeah, no, that's true, Colby. That's true.
On the Lightning side is pretty skinny right now.
Yeah, everyone wants to fight the champs.
Moser hammers Lundell, and that's a penalty.
Yeah, I think this is the one where I thought he got hit in the face or something.
There.
Or maybe not.
The puck was cleared. And here's Lundell. And then he gets.
I thought maybe that's where he got hit in the face or something.
And right hands here at Carlisle. Gadjevich is all over it.
Damn it, and Gadjevich fell. Yeah, Vincent. They want to have a sexy time with Forsling.
Of the game so far, and then you'll see Gadjevich And Carlisle, remember they got mixed up before,
Yeah, Clayton.
and then they go right back. And then Gadjevich just gets the right going.
To the Panther line, Gonsalves. Forsling got hit by Chafee. That's a penalty. Panthers didn't like that.
There we go.
And more punches being thrown.
Sorelli, you
Sorelli's
leave
trying to get
leave
it
Forsling
forward.
alone. What the hell's wrong with
This
you,
is
right?
preseason. I got no interest in that.
Then Ekblad comes in
Now
and
takes
just
his
tosses
man
his
down.
guy to the ground.
And one more time.
Oh, boy.
It's a Panthers Lightning get together.
You don't want to be in the bottom of that pile.
Well,
here's how it all started. Battle on the boards.
Yeah, they're just coming up and elbowing Forsling in the back.
Hit there from behind, and then everybody jumped in, and then we got a bunch of stinky gloves in the face. And
Gotcha, Craig.
and that original power play is over. Chafee is back.
great opportunity.
Forsling grabbed again, back at the Tampa blue line. And officials going to call another penalty. This one's on Finley.
Why do they all?
What are they doing out there to Gustav Forsling?
Why do they think Forsling
My
is gonna fight
He's
him?
just shaking his head, saying, "What's going on here?" Two Lightning players and Gadjevich on Gonsalves. Oh, but it's Gadjevich.
Yeah, nobody
my
even
goodness.
caring about the
They
goal
hit him with
because
a
we're
right.
over here fighting again.
Or if you saw them, either way, you'll see him again. At least some of it.
Yeah, it's like Forsling is like of all the guys to go
there we
after,
go,
it doesn't
Mikkola.
make any sense.
And Finley, Cunnin gets in there, and one more time at least. And in behind the play,
Here we go
Samuskevich
again.
tied up with a man.
Oh, who is that? Who is
Samuskevich and James, that's who's down.
On the power play and the penalty killing as
because
well.
Gus can't fight?
And that's really been the story
I
the
mean,
last
maybe
three,
that's true.
runs for the Panthers as Moser and Losterinen tied up. Oh, and Etu unhappy there. Getting a couple of pops in. Tipped by Moser, and that's out of play with 3:05 to go.
Not quite sure why.
Yeah,
Gustav
exactly,
Forsling
Real.
has been
Just
a target.
still.
Ekblad and Crozier, and now Cunnin and Gord. And Cunnin and Gord are going to drop him. They're going at it.
Yeah,
Luke
Cunnin fits right in.
New Panther will never shy away from this. Another fight breaks
Dang.
out at center ice as Cunnin takes down Gord,
Oh.
and they're back up and still going at
They
it.
get back up and the refs just let them.
Meanwhile, along the boards, everybody's got a partner. Cunnin is still throwing them. Wow, we thought this might be done, but it's not. It's Aaron Ekblad out at center ice. In that other tussle
And then
with
Ekblad's got the
Chafee.
Lombard flow going now.
As I was mentioning right before that happened, Gustav Forsling stepped over the blue line, took a shot that was partially blocked, sails into the netting. The whistle blows. He turns
Like
back,
I said,
and then
this
all
is
of a sudden, the
strategic because
Lightning
it's not just
again
Tampa
go
that's going to
after
try to beat the
Forsling, and
guys
then that's
up.
when everybody
Toronto
starts
built the
coming
team
back
the
in
same
again.
way, and Montreal is trying to get heavier too.
Man, there you see. Ekblad is first on the scene.
Where's Garrett Rank when you need him? Remember a couple of years ago in Ottawa? Everybody on the ice gets 10. They're all done.
All right.
Someone's going to have to play the last 3 minutes plus.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
man,
sure there's some.
Cunnin, we gotta get. Now look, I ain't making fun of nobody, okay? But, bruh, you gotta. Come on, dude. We gotta get Cunnin to shave his head like Bennett did. We can't have this. This is unacceptable for the Panther. That needs to get shaved. All right. That's about where I was. I had a little bit more up in the front, so I empathize. But bruh, that's gotta get shaved. If he's gonna be a Panther, that we gotta shave that like we had to with Bennett. You know, no shame in it. No shame in it. His name is no. Oh, man, he's only 27? Damn. I mean, at least I was like 47 to 50 when mine flew out on me like that. Damn, I feel bad for him, man. But no, that's got to we got to shave that, man. Come on now. Poor dude. Man, that sucks. I had a little, at 29 is when I noticed I had a little, like a quarter-sized thin spot up here on the top. Because I would always go and get my crew cut at the beginning of summer. And I came home after the crew cut, and I was like, hey, wait a minute. Hold on a second. What the hell do you want?
Just real quick, did you or
I'm not live. It's okay.
did you or Donna borrow a pillow off of Matthias's bed?
Yeah. I'll bring it in.
Also, you have any idea whose clothes these are?
I mean, right now is not the time.
I know. I just found them on Matthias's bed, and I wanted to know.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
If you want to put them somewhere while I can look at them, there might be my sweatpants that I've been looking for.
All right.
I don't know. Or just put them on my bed.
All right.
And I'll bring his pillow back. Yeah, I just borrowed a pillow from him. But I guess, is he here?
No, not yet.
Oh, he's not even here.
I just wanted to make sure things were ready for him.
Yeah, I'll bring the pillow back in.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay, Matthias is showing up here. He should be here any minute now, actually. Leighton said, I said it after the Edmonton game. The Panthers get paid to play hockey. Fighting is their fun time. Yeah, it's true, right? And okay, so yeah, we got to get Cunnin to get that sucker shaved, man. Poor guy. Yeah, Simon, I think, I mean, while it's surprising and fun to see it during a preseason game, it also kind of makes sense when you think about it between the Panthers and Lightning. Kind of makes sense. You know, they hate each other. I thought they did something similar a few years ago in the preseason. Vincent, how many people live in the house? Why do you think I'm broke, man? I got to feed all these people. Is that you again? Okay. I'm just teasing you. It's like $300-400 a week just for the food in this house, man. And that don't include the dog. I try to only eat 2 meals a day. That's why I'm so skinny. You think I'm kidding? Aisha says Kyle is a good brother. He is. Yeah. We just I forget why, but because Donna and I were sitting up in the bed watching movies. And so we borrowed an extra pillow of his because he's got a big hard pillow. And I just never put it back on his bed. I meant to, but you can't expect me to remember much these days. That's why I'm at the grocery store all the time. I can't remember half the things. I forget the list. If I make a list, I'll forget the stuff on the list because I'll rush through it and just misread it. It's a problem. I got too old too quick. Vincent says Achari got hurt in a preseason game once. It's been going on for a while now. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Vincent. Thank you. Yeah, I thought I remember this. Maybe not recently, but close to recently. They get it out in the preseason. That's okay. Let them have their fun. It's just crazy that it's the first time the guys actually end up on the ice together. You know? David says, usually I'm the angry one at work, but today it's others, so I'm helping by giving free attitude tips. That's like my dad, David. My dad would gaslight the whole freaking shop, where the print shop. He would lose something. And then he'd start yelling and screaming, and he couldn't find it or whatever. And then he'd go into the dark room to calm himself down and smoke a joint. And when he came out, my mom would have for him what he lost. Here, Ronnie, here's the thing that you lost. And my dad would be like, relax, it's okay. Calm down, don't get all excited. totally gaslight everybody. Oh my God, it was awful. Simon says to be a Panther on the team, they should have to have all shaved their head. Jeez. No, not Ekblad. No. Ekblad trying to get the Lomberg flow going. That's cool. That's cool. But yeah, Cunning's got to shave that. That's I'm not trying to be mean to the dude because I understand, but we can't if you're going to be fighting and your helmet's going to be off, we just can't have it, man. Mackie with his shaved head. I don't know. You never know how you're going to look until you shave it. You know what I mean? Like I guess now you could probably get AI to make a picture of you, to kind of give you an idea how you're going to look. I wanted to shave mine. You guys know the story, but I wanted to shave mine about 2 or 3 years before I actually did. But Kyle didn't want me to do it. He wouldn't let me do it. So, but yeah, I probably let it go. I probably should have never started the channel with hair. Like that's about at the point where I should have had already shaved the head at that point. My hair held on for a long time, and then like in the space of like a year and a half, it just gone. Bye-bye. I see. So as far as Lundell, he left the game yesterday with an upper body injury, and I guess there's no update yet. Vincent says, I don't know. The new camp layout doesn't impress me so far. Barkov out, lines don't look gelled. Something feels amiss here. I would suspect, Vincent, that these guys might be a little bit more tired than the coaching staff is letting on. It was a short summer. There's a lot of hockey that we played, and while I picked them to win again, because I'm certainly not picking against them, I kind of get the feeling that the possibility is that we ran out of gas against Toronto when we were down 2-0 and down 3 goals to 1 in game 3. I think we ran out of gas. And I think the rest of the playoffs in the Stanley Cup final was our extra tank. Like we all as people, right? We all have that one little extra gas tank in case of emergency. And I think we blew through that last year. And so now the question is going to be, how much gas is the fact that Barkov is out? How much gas is that going to put back in that tank? Because I understand what you're saying, Vincent, but it might just be our POV as fans too. You know what I mean? Hey, Frank, he says the fighting last night was literally pointless. Should be focused on making plays and getting into game form regardless of the score. All we got last night is 2 possibly injured players. Somebody else? I know Lundell, but who else? Foss says, I admit we might get off to a slow start. They're down 2 of their best players. They're not going to freak out when they lose game. Yeah, I mean, we are down 2 of them, and that's very true, right? Hey, Silva, news of the day. I'm drinking coffee. Congratulations. I think personally Reinhardt is going to get 50 goals again. Petroleum costs are on the rise. Wait, did something happen to Bennett, Frank? Because I know Lundell left the game, but I didn't hear about anything else. Jesus, can you imagine if both of them got hurt? I mean, they may. Oh boy, you would have to go Reinhardt, Luosterainen, right? Bennett is fine. Strafasi, okay, yeah. Don't. Oh, Maurice said okay. It's still not good that he left early too. I see. Well, so look, It's going to be a unique experience, no, regardless, right? Because you do have to wonder how easily guys may get hurt this year because of the amount of hockey that we've played. Like, you do have to wonder, you know, how much resistance guys are going to have to being injured versus what, the video's frozen? What the hell's going on? All right, hold on. I'm fine. On my end, it looks fine, but hold on a second. Let me see. I shouldn't have a problem here. Everything here is fine. Let me back out and come back in. Hold on. All right, am I back? Is it normal? It's weird because I didn't get any kind of warning, and on my end it looked fine. Let me know if it's normal again. It's Cunnin. I'm mad because he's mad because I made fun of his hair. All right, so we're back to normal then. That's weird. I didn't get any kind of warning or anything. So thanks for letting me know. I wouldn't have known it. Okay. Well, all right. So, all right. Thank you. So we'll see how that's. Remember, I had that little glitch when I was playing the video, so I closed everything out. So we'll see what happens. You know, it would make sense though. We're getting close to the beginning of the season, right? I got to get in fact, hopefully I can remember to do this today. Somebody that has my phone number, make sure you text me, remind me. I got to buy a thumb drive because I got to get off the other laptop. I got to get all of last year's videos off of it so that I can have a smoother flow because I got too much stuff on that damn laptop. And every year I take the videos off, put them on a thumb drive. Yeah, that's good, Frank. Yeah, that's good. Oh yeah, I've been taking all the old content and making it members only. I'm like, damn it, I aged like 30 years. This team has aged. YouTube has aged me. It's not the team. YouTube aged me like 20 years in the last 5 years. It is what it is. Vincent. No, it's just the same too. I don't need a new laptop. I need 2 years in a row I have gotten a new laptop. Yeah. The first one, the previous female that lived here bought it for me for my birthday right before hockey season started. Close enough. And then unfortunately, even though I paid to upgrade that one, that's this one. Kyle ripped the Ethernet port out of it when he tripped over the wire when Fluffy passed. So I had to buy another one. That was last year. Yeah, so I'm actually 34. Yeah. I'm just an old looking 34. I'm just an old-looking 34. It's okay. I tell you what's got me is my eyes, man. Like, it's gotten really bad. I broke my glasses yesterday, so these are just dollar store glasses. Frank says, nah, man, this team has aged me like 4 years in advance, but it was all worth it. Right? Yeah. Hey, look, it's going to be a unique experience at this point. You know, very few teams go through a season after having won 2 cups in a row, and even fewer amount go through a season. Remember, we won 2 in a row, but we lost the first one, right? So, like, Tampa ran out of gas at the end of their run in the Stanley Cup final. And they haven't even made it out of the first round since. Those are great glasses. Sing us some Buddy Holly. Simon says, what's my opinion about the Panthers PTOs? I think some of these guys are going to make it for right now. But, it's the same story. I hope they're 2-way contracts because, if we start signing guys to 1-way deals, it kind of seems like a big sign that says Barkov's not coming back. So we'll see how the math all works out, because we can't just go using all of his space, right? If he's coming back. So I know I was interested. Nobody has asked. Did anybody ask Maurice? I'm assuming nobody did because we didn't see the answer or anything. But has nobody brought up to Maurice that Spoelstra said, hey, Barkov told him 5 to 6 months? Like, because if nobody brought that up, then that absolutely proves that the Panthers are telling their media what they can and cannot ask. What am I saying? Stop talking future. I'm just saying if we sign guys to 1-way deals in order to keep salary cap compliant, if Barkov comes back, they'd have to move him. David says, in my opinion, we should sit Sasha for a year, no matter the cost, let him fully heal. I don't even disagree with you there, honestly. But we'll see how the team looks. Hey, Great White, are we going with Tarasov is the guy. Yeah. I don't think Cooper Black's ready. He wasn't even the main guy in the AHL last year. I think Cooper Black needs some seasonings. Some seasonings. Frank says, my only concern with the team is we have a lot of players signed into the late 30s with no movement. If we win 2 more cups, wouldn't care, but nothing is guaranteed. And that's the reality of it, right? What about Bussy? I think he's going to be like the 3rd guy. I don't even think that's what I mean. I don't even think Cooper Black is the 3rd guy. I think Tarasov obviously is the backup. And then is it, however you say it, Bussy or Boosie? That's who Cooper Black is going to end up fighting with in the AHL for time. Vincent says it's hard to believe that the media control things because of George. The guy comes up with the most out-of-pocket questions ever. He does that, but, I think they've given him some leeway, obviously, because he's been around for 20-something years. But, it's like when we traded for Seth Jones. Nobody asked him about Spencer Knight. Like, you can't tell me that's not on purpose. It just seems like the most obvious question would be, so, what about Spencer Knight? Nothing. I don't know. I just would have thought that somebody would have brought up to coach, hey, this is what the other coach said. Like, I would have thought that would have, been brought up. Vincent says, as for Barkov, surely the public is not supposed to have some data and timelines as the team. No doubt. No disagreement there. So it's just, it seems out of character, the whole thing, that Barkov would even say that. And then that Spoelstra would say it is like both of those things. Barkov saying it and another coach actually making it public that Barkov said it. It seems very out of whack with what we're used to from the Panthers. David says, YouTube attacking my poker vloggers as well. They let minors gamble over video games and they love sports betting, but apparently not poker. So what's a poker vlogger, David? Are those guys that go to you can't film in the casino. What's a poker vlogger? Or are they playing like online poker and just letting people watch? Real says everyone's lying and Barkov is really coming back in November. Yeah. Yeah, it's all fake, right? He faked the whole injury. He just wanted a couple months off because he's tired. Barkov was on his own time. He slipped. Probably. What's my plan for the weekend, Simon? Well, Matthias is here. So I gotta finish getting the recap room reorganized. So I'm going to finally remove, some of you will be happy to hear this, the picture with Barkov and Huberdeau. I'm finally moving that off, and I'm replacing it with the picture of Samoskevich that Ashley had done for me for my birthday. Of course, he's in number 25, which makes it even better. So that picture with Barkov and Huberdeau in the recap room, that's going. And there'll be the picture of Samoskevich there. And then I'm going to move the puppets so they're not in the middle. And then there's a couple other things I'm going to do. I'm going to bring up, I got to get a couple extra flags, but Dave, what are you saying, Real? You have a source? Oh, you have a source close to the team. You promise it's true. So, David, you were telling me about the video from the tables. So the casinos allow them to video from the tables? I'm shocked about that. Yeah, exactly, Vincent. Gone and dusted, right? It's the same guy that said we're trading for pasta. Kazuma says, fun fact, Yager played one game for Schlacky Sharks in 94 in a German league. Second division. He had 11 points, 1 goal and 10 assists. Oh, my God. I'll have to check that out, David. I thought, he says, yes, many do just can't show other players' faces without permission, just the cards. I'm shocked that they let them do that. So what you're saying is YouTube is are they not allowing? They're not allowing them to put it on YouTube? And which, to my next question, David, because, video games obviously is one of the biggest, if not the biggest genre of guys watching guys play video games. So, like, are there people that play the online gaming, poker and stuff, and then stream that and people watch? That seems like it'd be interesting, because then as you lost money, people could super chat you and re-up your wallet there. That's probably my next scam idea. Sfas said, what line would Yager be on in this team from 2015? Well, if we didn't have Marchand, Lundell, Luosterainen, and Yager wouldn't have been so bad. Great White. Yeah, no, he's still grumpy old man. He's still the grumpy old man. Yeah, Bob still. It looks too much like him. Not really. I don't know why he ended up being Bob. When the first couple times I did it, I was able to do a halfway decent Russian accent, and then I lost the accent. I was never able to get it back, so I just made him a grumpy old man. It's really been wild going through the old videos to put them in on members, seeing all the things that I forgot that I had done. And it's just like this one random video this morning I found. It was the recap from the Panthers in Vegas, the first time that we played them when they had Gallant and they had gotten Marchessault and Smith. And like just out of nowhere, that one video had like 1,000, 1,300 views, something like that. And all the rest of them were like 100, sometimes maybe 200. But that one video, I watched it. It's awful. It's awful. God. No, I haven't. I've given my Bex. She's asking if I found a voice for the Chucky puppet yet. I gave myself until he came back. I gave myself till he came. I don't know why there was I usually don't have any problems with my creativity, but to be honest with you, since the dogs passed, I have just not, like, I got writer's block, For instance, says that thing is a total miss of character. He looks 25, doesn't smoke, and is pretty cool. I know, but it just worked. It's just how it ended up working out. It's just how it happened. We'll see. Maybe high pitched squeaky monster's voice for Chucky. I just assumed it was going to come to me, and it just didn't. Like I said, since that spring with the dogs, I just have not gotten back to. My brain just is abandoned me. Oh, mobster's voice. I see. Yeah, we need a more cowbell soundbite. Yeah, when Chucky scores. Yeah, we got the cowbells are still down there. I got to finish that wall too. That's what I got to. That's the other thing I got to order when I order. What the hell did I got to buy from Amazon? Oh yeah, a thumb drive. I got to get. I haven't ordered a Stanley Cup champion flag yet, so I'll have to take care of that too. Hopefully I can get it in time. If not, we've got the dog's picture up there, the big picture that was gifted to me last year that was all 3 dogs. This is get a new brain. They sell everything these days. I might need to. Honestly. The faucet has just not turned back on. It just hasn't, man. Simon, do I have any stories about the first Panther game that I went to? The first one that I don't remember the first one I went to. I remember loving hockey when I went, but I don't remember which game it was. I don't think I didn't realize it would be like a big moment in my life, so I don't have a recollection. I want to say we played Pittsburgh. It might be that we played. I think we played the Penguins. I'm fairly confident about that, at least that my brain remembers that enough. But that was the first year. I went to maybe 6 or 8 games the first couple of years, and then the third year I started going to more, and then we went through some playoff games. Who was my hockey team before the Panthers? Well, I mean, technically, to be honest, it was Edmonton. I am ashamed. I didn't watch hockey. There was no hockey on. But I like to look at the back of the Miami Herald Sports page and see just how bad Edmonton had beaten the crap out of whoever it was that they played the night before. You're talking the 80s. But I had never seen hockey before. I'd never seen a game some highlights is about all I would have ever seen. But yeah, if you would have asked me in 1985 what hockey team I like, I would have said Edmonton. I just like watching them beat the crap out of whoever they were playing. Yeah, I'm a bandwagon fan. Yeah. Exactly. I can't even deny it. I can't even deny it. It's exactly what happened. I don't know. I felt like the sports that were on the back of the sports page, like they were getting disrespected. It was like girls soccer, blind baseball players, high school badminton, the shuffleboard championships at the retirement home down the street, and then way in the bottom of the corner was hockey standings. I mean, that's literally the treatment that hockey got in the Herald. At least they put the standings and the scores there. Yeah, you knew I was fake. Yeah, next thing you're going to find out, I record all my reactions before the games. Oh, I mean, if I did, what was the game that the guy thought I was faking it? I forget what it was. It was a couple of years ago. I must have said something in one of the intermission periods that happened the next period, and then they thought for sure I was just faking it. I was streaming because a couple of you can hear Eric saying it. You can hear Jaws saying it, while Kyle's streaming. You could hear it, Kyle, in the background. So it was proof, but I forget which game it was. I remember that. It never dawned on me that people would think I would go through the trouble of faking it. And then some people were like, yeah, I didn't realize you are doing that after the periods. I'm like, yeah, it's genuine. It's like that's the whole shtick is that, I overreact, and then whoopsies, we actually won the game, especially with all those comeback Cats games, which I don't think we're going to see a lot of that this year, right? Holy crap. Thank you, Great White. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Great White. Thank you, bud. Oh, much love, man. Much appreciated. Nice way to end the week. Thank you, brother. Says this is Sharkland, Jaws, hockey. Maybe I should have I don't want to take Flying Fluffy out of it. Maybe in hindsight, the name of the channel should have just been Jaws Hockey. But then again, I might have got copyrighted with that. I told you about that. I tried to make T-shirts with, with Jaws and Kyle on it, and I couldn't. They wouldn't let me do it. Thank you again, Great White. Thank you, brother. Much appreciated, man. Much love. Yeah. So I can't even use the name that I adorned myself with. It was an accident anyway. They just called me Jaws on Twitter, and I'm like, okay. Yeah, Great White cheering Jaws up before I have to watch Tua versus Bryce Young. My God, right? This is a chat like that with two V's. I suppose it's possible. I even tried an image. You know what I mean? And they still got me. I guess if I could make it see for me without my glasses on, that looks like Jaws. But when I put the glasses on, it looks like Jabs. But with the glasses off, it looks like Jaws. Damn it. I've gone blind. I am working on an improved flow, however, for the intros, for the recaps. I'm going to yet again try something new this year. So we'll see how that goes. Since the recaps are the videos that actually get the most views by far, I'm going to try to take the skits that I was doing, shorten them, and make them the intros to the recaps. Instead of spending 3 hours on a video that's a skit that doesn't get to 300 views, maybe if I just make them 30 seconds, 45 seconds, put them as the intros to the recaps, then maybe that'll make some kind of a difference. Yeah. Tua versus Bryce. It's gonna be I'm telling you, I picked Carolina to win. And speaking of the football channel, I guess people don't like good picks. I've been doing really well. My picks have been pretty decent over the course of the year. But what's interesting is that each subsequent week that I put out the picks video has gotten fewer and fewer views, even though the picks have been good. I'm laughing at it. At this point, I want to see how low the views can get. Beck says, like the puppets, kind of like a combination. Beck, yeah, high quality. Yeah. Now, if you go all the way back, I used to do the skits way back in the beginning. There was some intros that I used to spend a lot of time on. But that's when I had the Amazon store and I was making plenty of money, so I could spend 2 hours on an intro. It didn't affect my life. So I figure instead of putting the skits out as separate videos, because that was an abject failure, if I put it as the intros to the recaps, and then maybe take some shorts from the skits and put the skits as the intros to the recaps and as shorts. Maybe, Matthias is here. Maybe that'll help. Hey, Cap for Life. How you doing, bud? Good to see you. My team sucks, bro. I got to make a splash trade. My team's not in any great shape either. I was doing okay, but Vincent says, why don't we collab on skits? There's at least a half dozen of you funny hockey people around. Yeah, I think me and Low Quality might actually do something. We talked about it in the comment section of one of his videos, but yeah, we might do that. So I got to talk to him and see how he would want to work that, but it might actually work. But it's still I don't think there's room or desire. I don't think there's a desire, as far as I can tell, from enough hockey fans to have like a skit be its own video. You know what I mean? Like I don't think there's room for somebody to turn into Tom Grossi in hockey. It just doesn't, unless I just really suck at it. What about the new YouTube collab feature? I saw it, but I haven't had a chance to look into it. I looked into it a little bit. But I saw a few people complaining about it, so I gotta look deep into it. Sometimes YouTube releases these features and it sounds good. And then when you go and you read what the details entail, sometimes you wonder if the people that are putting together the features ever made a video in their life. You liked it when Grumpy Bob went on his rant? Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to try that this year. Cap says, never say never, bro. You guys can do anything you want. Well, I mean, I'm going to try it as the intros to the recaps. That's the change I'll make because I tried 2 different times now to make the skits their own thing. And you know, you kind of feel like you get your answer. You know what I mean? If you do 4 or 5 of the videos and each one gets less and less and less views, you kind of figure you probably take that as here's your sign. You know what I mean? I don't want to put out stuff that people aren't interested in watching. I already do that enough. So we'll see. Maybe if I put it as the beginning of the recaps, maybe that'll increase. Maybe that'll increase the view time enough to get where the algorithm is showing it to more people. Maybe it'll decrease the number of people that are dropping off after the first 20 or 30 seconds. So we'll see about that. And then sometimes you do a video and it doesn't. You think, oh, this one's going to work. You know, just regular hockey video. You know what I mean? The one I put out a couple days ago, not the song, the previous one to that. Forget what the hell it was about. Oh, the NHL season preview. Yeah. Like, I don't even know if it has 300 views. It's like, you know, it's like, but it's not the viewer's fault when I look and I see what YouTube, you know, YouTube is not sending it to people. Like my impressions are just horrible. Vincent says, no, I don't think the lone gunny stuff will fly either, but as a short form intro or a break, it's comic relief. You can make it together or share it or even split the series to share the audience. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I think Vincent agrees. Yeah. And I think that's it. I don't know. The only thing I can think about is that you're talking about a completely different audience. Obviously, most of the viewers in hockey are coming from Canada, and most of the viewers in football are coming from the United States. So it is 2 completely separate audiences. Bill says, I'm not that confident about this season after yesterday. Oh, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Now, if guys keep getting hurt, right? If guys keep getting hurt, that could be a problem. But I can't worry about it just yet. We'll see. Right? You know, it's acceptable, I think, for them to have not been real focused yesterday. It's a bit surprising. But we'll see how they look. I guess it's just Saturday, right? Saturday's the last one. Is that the last game? Tomorrow, right? Chris Wilson. Well, we saw the other day that Spoelstra had told, or that Barkov had told Spoelstra that. Now, don't really know what the context to that is, right? So, you know, did Spoelstra ask him, well, when are you going to be back on skates? Because 5 to 6 months for him to be back on skates is probably right. You know what I mean? If the recovery timeline to be able to play is 7 to 9 months, I think it would make sense that 5 to 6 he'd be back on skates. So that I'm going to assume that's how that conversation went. It's still fun to talk about, though. Loj says they were more interested in fighting than scoring. Yeah, it's as simple as that. Yeah, well, the one goal that Tampa scored, guys weren't even paying attention. It was a freaking fight at center ice. It's just two teams that have won multiple championships. Vincent says, the most relief I felt about Barkov was when Zito said that his doctor is a magician. That's important. When it comes to surgery, his hands make a difference. And that's true. That's very true. Chris, yeah, I can't imagine he'd be back for the Olympics. Yeah. But he is a freak. There's no doubt about that. So we'll see. I guess it's just going to depend on the needs of the team and where they are and all of that. You hate to rush a guy, but you would also assume, I think we would just assume that Zito's not going to be rushing him. So, that's 7 to 9 months. That's, 7 months is still basically probably not to the second round of the playoffs. There's no updates right now in terms of sponsors, Simon. We gotta get rolling with the season before we start to get enough views to think about that. Zuma says, just hope we can win more so Lightning fans can stop saying we still only have, they still have one more cup. Yeah, people forget about that one way back long ago that Tampa had already won. People kind of forget that was the thing. So, all right, everybody, I got to roll. I got to go say hi to Matthias, get him settled in. We'll be live for the Dolphin game. And I'm gonna have something out this week, and I don't want to give it away. It's a huge surprise. Not yet. All right. Oh, what's that? Ray White says, "How many penalty will there be in the first Panthers Bowl? When do we play them in the regular season? Let me look at that real quick. It's a good question. Boy, these glasses are really nicer than the ones I had before in terms of." They look like shit, but they're better. Let's see. We play Tampa Bay for the first time in the regular season. So November 15th, 6 o'clock in the afternoon in Florida. And so that must be a Saturday or a Sunday. So there's a full another. We'll be a month into the season by the time we play them, for sure. Chris says, I do think he'll be back for it, but I don't think he'll be at full speed. Oh, you think he'd be back for the Olympics? I can't imagine that. I can't imagine that. I just don't know how smart that would be for him to do that. I don't know. All right, everybody. Appreciate all the love, all the support. Thank you for the super chat. Great White. Much, much appreciated. And I'll be back over the course of the weekend, but we won't be live until Monday. And then the games are on Tuesday. That's it. We can finally have real hockey to talk about. Finally. Everybody enjoy your weekend, except for you Dolphin fans. Get ready for pain.